and the news just popped off. Look at US 30 go. So again, we see damn near every news event, the same stuff take place. And y'all know I don't watch the news. I don't even know what FOMC stands for. I don't care enough to know what it stands for. All I do is watch the charts and figure out what direction price is going. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday, doesn't matter if it's a news day, doesn't matter if it's low volume. Price follows these rules all the time. So when we look at US 30 right here, again, price rejected this level yesterday, rejected it again, then took a nap all night. Then came London session. Price broke this level with some volume, held it for a little bit, but then when it did this retest here, failed to hold it, rejected. So when price, again, when stop loss or TP gets hit, don't just close the trade happy or sad. Understand what took place. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Playmaker way with the playbook, and y'all read the title, man. How to trade news. It's not as scary as you think. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate you giving this video a chance. Make sure to hit that bell and sub button because we don't just post weekly content like this, but we live stream and live trade every day. London session 3 a.m. EST on this very same channel. Also have a free signal room, free Telegram. There's the first link in the description. This is how we did last month, October. We caught a total of 157,608 pips, 125,674 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. In the month 32.5, giving us an 86% win rate. Now this is how we did last quarter. July, we went 34 wins, 3 losses. August, we took 45 wins, 7 losses. And in September, we took 27 wins, 4 losses, catching 105,389 pips July, 219,708 pips in August, and 16,634 pips in September, giving us a total of 341,731 pips caught, 323,385 strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. In the quarter, 106 wins, 14 losses, giving us an 88% win rate. Every trade posted has the date, the time the trade was posted, my personal entry, SL, TPs, how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions, and of course those TPs getting hit. So make sure to go ahead and check that out. Now let's get straight into this video. So as you can see, we're on US 30 here. This was a huge buy move to the upside. Was a nice 1-to-7 risk reward ratio. So that means whatever I risked, I made 7 times that amount. So I risked $100, I made $700. Or I risked $1,000, I made $7,000 off this one trade alone. So now we're going to break down why I took this buy position and how you can catch a similar setup just like this one. So the first thing you want to do is go into the daily time frame. Now we're not trading on the daily time frame. We're just simply going on the daily time frame to identify the trend. But the reason why we want to identify the trend on the daily time frame is because that's how price moves. Price moves on a day by day, week by week, month by month basis. So in order to figure out what price is going to be doing overall and the direction price is going to be doing overall, or going overall, I should say, we need to determine that on the bigger time frame. If we try to identify the trend on the smaller time frame, that's how we get caught in those fake outs and liquidity sweeps. The smaller time frames are just going to show you and explain what's happening and taking place at that moment, but that's not going to tell or explain to you what's about to take place in the future. Again, what's happening in the moment is important, but we're not going to make money on what price is doing in the moment. We're going to make money depending on what price is going to be doing in the near future. So right here, we can see once we zoom out a little bit that we're clearly in an uptrend. So here's another tip. If you can't really understand what's taking place right here, zoom out a little bit so you can add more pieces to the puzzle. You should not just look at one candlestick. You should look at the full picture. So we can clearly see that we're bullish here. It's a little bit funky, but we can see we're bullish in the uptrend. So now we have our key price levels marked off. So I know what you're thinking. Wait, this sounds like a regular trade breakdown. What about the how to trade news aspect? I got y'all. We're about to break that down. The thing you have to understand about news is that 8 times, 9 times out of 10, price will follow and continue to go with the flow and trend. I'm gonna say that again. 8 times, 9 times out of 10, the news is still gonna end up going with the flow of price. So I don't watch the news. I don't care what the news event's about. I don't care who's speaking. All I concern myself with is what time the news is popping off. That way I'm not blindsided or shocked or surprised when things are starting to take place. Because again, there are volume and spikes that do take place during news events. We all know that. but we can use them to our advantage in our favor, just like we saw with US 30. So here's the rules I use as far as trading news goes. If it's at least 3 to 2 hours before a news event, 3 hours for sure, 3+ hours, take the trade. Your confirmations are met, take the trade. Now, if it was an hour before news, I'd wait till after the news event pops off. If it was an hour after news, you're safe to take a position if your confirmations are met and things like that. I do not take trades while the news is popping off. I repeat, I don't take trades while the news is popping off. I will take trades before the news pops off, but I will not take trades while the news is active. I always take trades before or after. So now we have to understand how news is going to move. Because again, in order to understand how to trade, you have to understand how price moves and how price works. So when the news pops off, we might see 3 different reactions. The main one and the most popular is a huge spike to the upside or downside. So we're either going to see a huge pump to the upside or a huge pump to the downside. Or we're going to see that spiking stuff where price will spike one way and then take off and go the opposite direction. So it spike one way, then take off and go the opposite direction. And we actually kind of saw something like this happen during the news with GBP pairs on Tuesday. We see right here, this is GBP JPY. We see this candlestick was the 2330 candlestick, which was 1130. And then when we go to Tuesday, well, Monday night going into Tuesday, what do we see? We had Japanese news at 1136, which was during the 1130 candlestick. And prior to this, we was clearly in an uptrend. So again, price spiked and then shot to the upside. So is a shock that price pushed to the upside during the news? No, because we was clearly in an uptrend, right? We saw something like this happen another time with GBP JPY as well. Since we're on GJ, let's keep it with GJ. We was clearly bullish here. Price was struggling to break this level. Once the news popped off, the volume kicked in and blew through this level. Now, again, is it a shock or surprise? No, it's not a shock or surprise. So that's another thing. And that brings us into tip number 2. The news is going to help either continue the flow of price or it's going to cause a reversal. So prior to this news popping off right here, price was struggling to break this resistance level. So when the news popped off, you can see it easily blew through that level where it struggled to do so prior. When we look at this GBP-JPY news event that happened earlier this week, same thing. Price was struggling to break this level. Once the news kicked in, went zone to zone. Again, is that a shock or surprise? No. So when we look at US 30, what do we see here? We see this resistance level that price has struggled to break once, twice, thrice. Third time wasn't a charm, so maybe fourth time is going to be the charm. Because again, we see price is still respecting this low as support and failing to make lower lows. So again, if I'm going to take a trade on US 30, and if I'm looking at price right here, and price can only do one of two things, go up or go down, what do I think price is most likely going to do at the situation? Go up, right? So again, just because I think price is going to go up doesn't mean I'm just going to enter a buy. I still have to wait for those confirmations, right? So we was live during London session when we took this first position. Right, here's the signal right here, March 20th. We go to the news. We indeed had USD news, FOMC, on March 20th. So you see the time we entered at 3:32 a.m. EST London session. You see the entry 39,125. See the SL 39,060. See the TPs. Then I told the members we're going to go live during FOMC. So then at the beginning of New York, I dropped the New York price watch list where you see at the beginning, I was going over US 30. So we took that trade and our stop loss got hit. So this is a perfect example of why you should always trust your analysis. When you're going with the flow of price, when you're trading off key price levels and your stop loss gets hit, it's not because you are wrong. At least I'm speaking for me. It's not because I'm wrong. If my stop loss gets hit, it's either because price, there was enough volume to break that next level, or I got caught in a reversal and a retracement. And reversal and retracements are part of the game. Now, it'd be different if I was in an uptrend and I went for a sell instead of a buy, or if I was in a downtrend and I went for a buy instead of a sell, then my stop loss got hit. Then yeah, I'm completely wrong. But again, you can even see in this video here, I'm breaking down US 30. I talked about it here, all that good stuff. And then you see an hour later, I said now US 30 is going our way. And I said this at 10:34 a.m. EST. So when we go back to US 30, we can see price broke that level, failed to hold it, rejected. So at this point, I'm waiting for price to do one of two things: either try to break back above this level, or I'm gonna see how it reacts to my zone below us. I'm still looking for buys though, because we're in an uptrend. So again, this was 3 o'clock right here. This is 7:15 a.m. EST. Price rejected, then pushed back up. So what time did I post this message? At 10:34. We go to the 10:30 candlestick, which was this red one right here. So after the retest, after price broke this level and retested and held that support, that's what I notified the members that, hey, US 30 is doing what we were talking about during the New York price watch list, and now it's going back our way in direction. So you would have entered here when I sent that message. Look what happened. You could have hit TP2, TP3 a couple times. You see now price is respecting level as support, and then we just saw that huge spike. When did that spike come in? Oh, 1400, which is 2 o'clock, which is when FOMC popped off. So is it a shock or surprise that we're in an uptrend? And not only that, but price was hugging my support level right before news popped off. And then is it a shock or surprise that we're in an uptrend and during the news price shot up? No. So again, there's no coincidences in the markets. There's always an explanation for what's taking place in the markets. You just have to understand what you're looking at, and you just have to be patient, trust your analysis, and let price do all the work. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description during the free signal room, free Telegram. If you're interested in learning how I mark up these levels, my signal room services, or my mentorship programs, make sure to hit that first link in the description. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. So the advanced play signal room, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free signal room, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York price watch list. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible setups going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York price watch list. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the advanced play signal room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, and those sessions are yours to keep for life. See y'all the next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.